Do you go to church?
No, I don't go to church.
There's a pastor right there.
You know what?
Well, let me tell you why
at least
I don't
lie
go
in
to
front
church.
of the pastor. At least lie in front of the pastor.
I grew up going to church, but you know, when you go through your life and you have different experiences, I've gone to every single different type of church that you could possibly go to.
Right.
Catholic, Baptist, Seventh-day Adventist. And the one thing I know is God is within you. God is where you take him. God is always walking with you.
Really?
I don't have to go to sit in a church. I do occasionally, but I don't go every Sunday.
But you do have to go sit in the church.
Why?
That's what Christ said.
No.
So don't forget to assemble yourself in a manner.
But excuse me,
Go ahead on,
Pastor,
Pastor.
if you don't mind me saying, here in L.A., there are VIP sections at the church.
Yeah, I ain't feeling that. I don't go there.
Why when everyone talks to me, everyone's so hostile?
I'm not.
She was like,
like you got a Bible and Beretta at the same time.
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying in general, the churches that I have gone to.
Him.
I said, excuse me.
Okay, you're right.
Beg your pardon.
You're right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I hear what you're saying.
There's VIP sections, and then the collection plate goes around 10 million times. And I grew up, went around twice, and I actually did get something. I have not found a connection with a church here for me to go sit there every Sunday. I'm not opposed to going to church,
right?
But I am prayerful every day in my car.
I mean, I don't go to church during football season.
You know, like I do pray. And that's what you need to always be, prayerful, you know. But until I find some sort of connection in a church where I don't feel like I'm being treated bad because I don't have the VIP section, or I'm in VIP section and I'm being treated extra good because I'm in there, I believe everybody should be treated on the same level if you're going to worship.
You know what, Tamla?
Why?
That's actually a good point. Again, it goes through, you know, with me being a PK and growing up in church. That's one of the things that also I looked at, and at Greater Zion, you know, we do that, you know, where everyone is important. You get there on time. If you get there on time, you get the seat. If you're late, you're late, you know, and everyone, when we come into the house of God, everyone is God's children, period, in a discussion. It doesn't matter who you are in the world. It doesn't matter your title, anything of that nature. I mean, I'm one.
But Christ paid attention to the titles. He told him he told him out of respect. When they came to Christ, he said, Caesar said you got to pay taxes. He said, render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. He wanted you to give respect and honor that's due to. I'm not saying, you know, because some cats work hard to get to their position. I don't want to come to church and you belittle me. I'm sitting in the 15th row. I mean,
that has nothing to do with it. But at the same time, nobody's going to save you a seat just because you're somebody out there in the world. I mean, the person that's hurting, the person that's broken, the person that's going through hell that whole week, they have every right to sit on row number 1, or even in some cases when church has been crowded at our church. We don't do I get criticized for this, but we don't do overflow, because if I came to church, I don't want to sit in another building and watch my pastor on the screen. So I've had times where I've had them sit on the stairs or sit up in the pulpit with me while I'm preaching.
It's beautiful.
And just where your church at?
Compton.
And this is what, and that,
you should come.
She sure has.
And that's exactly why
she made a thug away at Church of Chicken.
Can I just say this before you go on?
They had a strawberry.
See, my church, I go to church on West 48th Street and 7th Ave. Okay, and my best friend Constance over there has been to my church. She lives in Glendale. My manager right there has been to my church. He lives in in Burbank. And what I find, and anybody who knows me knows that I know there's a lack of spirituality in L.A. Duh. And I will ask anybody, you want to come to church with me? You want to come to church with me? I put it on my Facebook and everything. But what I find is that if there were an audition at 9 a.m. at that church, I could get people to come from the Valley, from Pasadena, or from everywhere. But nobody that I have met is willing to come from the Valley to my church on 7th Ave, and our service is at 9 a.m., and I invite everybody. And nobody's going to get up and come.
That's true.
It doesn't
they
matter.
They got to move church back.
And that's what they say. But when 7:45 hit, and it's like, oh, Lord.
So basically, you're saying that you can't get people to drive from across town or far out in the suburbs.
My friends that live in my neighborhood, and I am still very connected with the community, yes. I live in quote unquote the hood. They'll come. They're there. But my friends that live north of the 10 freeway, they are not coming.
That's Johnny.
Not going to happen.
I don't leave the valley.
5, 4, 9.
Well, the valley,
the suburbs. For
I leave the
Foxxhole
valley.
listeners.
Tamala
then you're
Jones.
not going to find a church.
Yes.
What was your greatest role? What role you think you did your best work in, and one you was most proud of? What role was that?
Well,
Huh? No, I'm sorry.
I don't think I've done my best work yet.
What would
to be honest, but my favorite thing that I did that I love to this day is the Little Richard story. I love period pieces. I love dressing up and having that old Hollywood feel to having to dig into a character.
The Little Richard story with Miguel Nunez.
No.
The Little Richard
Robert
story.
Townsend. This was a made-for-TV movie.
It was
this
with
wasn't
Leon.
with Leon. Robert Townsend directed.
Oh, I'm thinking Why Those Fools Fall in Love
with Frankie Lyman.
Right, I'm so sorry.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was before Leon
Johnny
came out.
Mac, we are going to get you.
I'm a fan of yours. I've watched all your. I look down the list of all your films. I've seen them all. I am a fan of yours. I go see all black, any black movie that's out, I go see them all. If you got a black person in your movie, I go see it. If the letters on the screen is black, I'm up in there.
You see up in the air?
I seen up in the air.
If it fades to black, Johnny Mac goes.
I saw Pootie Tang twice in the theater. I seen all the Tyler Perry.
we hold
I
that
saw
against
Black Sunday. I see First Sunday. I've seen everything. I go see.
You said Black Sunday?
I made a mistake. I seen First Sunday.
Tamala, you said you haven't played your best role, but what would be something that would be like the ultimate role for you to play?
There's two stories I would love to do. One, I would love to do the Tammy Terrell story.
Oh yeah.
Tammy Terrell, I grew up listening to her and, singing the little duets with Marvin
Ain't No
Gaye.
Mountain.
Yep.
I love her, but to know her story, we have something very much in common. I had a brain aneurysm when I was 23. I almost died. And
With Tammy Terrell, what happened?
no, I myself had a brain. If you don't pay attention in class,
I'm just trying to get it clear.
I had a brain aneurysm
At 23.
at 23
Wow.
and came to work and did a whole day's of work and then went to the hospital, and the doctor was shocked that I was even walking, talking, or alive.
Yeah.
Tammy Terrell had that brain tumor, and we both have the same thing about life. You live every day like it's your last day. You don't know when you're going to go. Who has a brain aneurysm at 23? This girl was born with her brain tumor she was a baby.
Right.
And was complaining about headaches the entire time. And it really got bad when she got older. And she had a crazy relationship with David Ruffin. And, there was a lot of things.
Brown.
And James Brown, And I think that it's important to get that story out.
It is.
The other one I want to get out is the Minnie Riperton story. That woman, her daughter is on Saturday Night Live, or was on.
Can you sing? Can you sing?
A little bit.
Can you hit the note?
No, that
Okay,
would
cool.
never.
Minnie Riperton. I was
Can't
gonna say
nobody
Minnie
hit that.
Riperton.
Not even Mariah Carey. She
We're
got
gonna
close.
do the Milli Vanilli version, but keep going.
Yes, we'll have to. And that I would do for the breast cancer research because she died of that. And that song, Back Down Memory Lane,
Yep.
was about I'm on my way out.
photograph.
And I don't want to go back down memory lane because they say you remember your whole life before you die. And
That is true.
That's what they say.
Nah, I almost
No.
drowned one day.
Oh,
We get into
Lord.
that. Now,
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Okay.
I was out, having a party and stuff, and I was drinking, and I saw people, because I can't swim, but I saw people jump off the diving board, but without moving their hands and anything, they would end up right by me in the shallow end. So I said, shit, I can do that. So I put my drink down. I've been drinking from like 2 o'clock to like 9 o'clock that night, and I was tipsy. I went to the diving board. Boom, I jumped off the diving board. As soon as I hit the water, I got instantly sober. And I started going down. I'm like,
God.
okay, where's the swimming part? I'm doing every stroke known to man. Nothing happened. The pool fade to black. I couldn't hear no more music.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, Lord, jeez, I'm Johnny Mac. I'm going out like that.
I'm about to go
And I
out.
started thinking about all the things that I was doing the day before and blah, blah, blah. I went all the way down to the 2nd or 3rd grade. And all of a sudden,
You did
my
not.
boy.
You had an
No,
explosion.
no, I'm this here, my boy. My boy Lamont Clayton jumped in the pool and pushed me to the shallow end,
Down there,
and
Lamont.
I was saved. That's what happened.
Do you know how to swim now?
I ain't been in the water since.
But Johnny Mac,
You
you
have
said
to learn.
I take a bath with a
have to
wet
learn.
wipe.
Wait, Johnny Mac, you said you went all the way. You kept going down to different grades. You didn't go past second grade. How you get to second?
That'd have been a great joke in the 90s. We got a phone call. We got a phone call from Miami. I'm quite sure they're gonna get into your ass. My man, 10 grand. What's up, Keith?
Hey, what's happening, Foxxhole?
What's going on, Keith?
Hey, y'all on fire today, man. Y'all got Too Short and you got Pamela in there, man. But I want to say something. I am from Miami, a black man, and I'm probably one of the blackest black men in the United States. I mean, I believe in black. And what I want to say is, Louis Dix say some of the dumbest, stupidest shit in the fucking world. And you know what? Johnny Mac, hey man, I love you, man. But
Thank
you
you, brother.
gotta stop bailing this motherfucker out, man. Because you say some dumb ass shit. You should have let Luke get in his fucking ass. But you bailed him out before he was gonna do that. And you guys gotta stop doing that because he has to be responsible for some of the shit that he says to a lot of your guests.
That's
And
true.
this is a lot of people off, man. That Louis Dix is so fucking sad and mad and evil and just mad at the fucking world.
Pisses us off too.
Well, how do you really feel?
Wait, Keith.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Keith. Why am I so evil and mad when I just ask him a question that someone else might ask? So why?
But you challenge what this man is trying to do. He's telling you what the fuck he want to do, and you challenging him because you don't believe that he can do it because he made Pop That Coochie and the other shit that he made. I love Pop That fucking Coochie.
Okay,
First of all, it was Pop That Pussy.
Okay, so Keith.
Okay, you guys.
So Keith, why can't I challenge him? Why do I have to sit challengeless? What's wrong with me challenging him if that's how I feel, man?
Louis Dix, there's nothing wrong with challenging him because his opponent is going to challenge him. But if he says what he mean and mean what he says, you got to leave that shit alone. That's what's wrong with us blacks nowadays. We are so critical of each other. For example, the president. Well, there's so many fucking blacks that are so critical of him because whites are critical of him. You understand? And they believe that, because the white man is so critical of him, we probably need to be that critical of him. And that's not true. That's not true. And Louis Dix, you just got to stop it sometime, man. Every fucking guest come in there, and I listen to the Foxxhole since Foxxhole's been on. And every fucking guest come in there, man, you just down them, you dog them out.
Except for Tamala.
Huh?
Except for Tamala. He was nice to Tamala. I was a little surprised with that.
I'm surprised. He haven't said anything.
No, it don't go down like that. No.
Let me ask you this, Keith, because we got to move on.
I'd like to go out with you later, sir, if you are available.
Now it's just
I'm that type of man.
Grow from love and learn from
she's
love.
over the pastor
Let
already.
me ask you this, Keith. On May 24th, will you be voting for Luther Campbell?
That's who I'll be voting for.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We're going to take a break. You take all your friends down there. May 24th, we all going down there and vote for Luke. We're going to make sure he's the mayor of that city. We're going to take a break. Foxxhole, Series 106, XM 149.
I'm voting for that one.